Hello again, everyone. I thought I'd show you some of the things that I brought back from my crafty day. I did just a little shopping, you understand. Got this lovely stencil that I used yesterday from Alexandra Renker. It's called Flurry Petals. I thought they looked like leaves, but leaves are petals. It could do with either. That's, I think, is lovely. Oh, it's got a stamp down there, so we know who it's from. Some Gummiapan Dies. Lovely chubby little watering can. Little wagon. A pot with some stuff growing. Looks like herbs or something. And one of these, whatever that is. A standard plant of some description. A hay bale. I thought somebody might like to lean against that or sit on it. Teddy. And a little teddy. And a Santa or a gnome on a swing. A chicken. I just love chickens. This one is hilarious. I don't know what it's going to look like when it's cut out. A little journaling something or other. A heart. And I think I'm going to be very interested to see how that cuts out, because it looks to me like it will cut an aperture, and some of these butterflies, the little wings will stand up, but they're still joined in the middle. So I'll be very interested to cut that one out and see. That one, I'm not sure if it's sand dunes or waves or what. I've got a rather sleepy Santa, or somebody wearing a Santa suit. Might be a baby, I don't know. Has he got a beard? Perhaps he's got a beard. I need to look through my glasses, don't I? He might have a beard. I have to have a look. This one, I thought I'd have a go at this. This is an advent calendar one. And the dies that go with it, to me, look like it cuts on 3 sides and creases on 1. So the little doors should open so we can have a look and see what's inside. So each of these will correspond to one of those, hopefully. And then we can have some little pictures inside, or some little dies inside, like this kind of thing might peek through one, or, you know, some of the very tiny things that Gummiapan do. So that's going to be a bit of an interesting one. I've been looking at that on the website for a while, wondering what I was going to do, whether I would have a go. And I've decided that I will. So one of these days you might see that appearing. These are Stamp Kitchen. This is Matthew and Anne's range, Stamp Kitchen, I believe. A couple of little cats, some foliage, not quite sure what it is, moon and stars, Merry Christmas, some sticky jobs things, and I don't know quite what, they're just a couple of vases, I think, and those look like berries. I also bought this set, which is, it's going to fit British dimensions, so I thought these would be quite good for various layers. And these stitched ones are just embossing; they're not cutting out. So if you wanted, you could do a frame with the stitching in, and I'll be interested to play with those. That's out of that one, and somehow I've managed to lose that little square from there, which makes me kind of cross, so I'm hoping that's going to turn up somewhere. We'll see. I also bought this set of large alphabet letters. That one is a Studio Light. And I thought that was kind of good. And I was thinking things like Joy and Noel and, you know, people's names or initials or whatever would look great with that. So you've seen now what I've bought. So I've got a card to make for my friend. It's the friend who one of the friends I went to ABBA with, her birthday coming up. And it's the husband of the other girlfriend 6 days later. So I've got two cards to, well 3 cards to make. One for my friend's husband from her and one from us. So, you know, what to do is a bit of a quandary, really. So let's have a look and see. I don't know whether a heart is quite the right thing to do for my friend, but let me just cut this out and see what it does. Because often, you know, the actual cutout is a little bit different from what you might think it's going to be. So let's just take a look at this, and I'll cut it out from something or other. Just a bit of scrap. This is a bit of scrap that I've been using today. So I'm just going to cut it out and to see what it does. Let's have a look. Any old how will do. Oops, daisy. Let's see this. Right. I was thinking it would make an aperture, and it doesn't, does it? It makes I was right about the wings sticking up, but it doesn't make an aperture at all. It makes a cutout. So that's interesting. Does that come right out? That one would come, those ones would come, would it? I think that one would come, right, I don't know, may stay in. But it's very pretty, isn't it? I don't know if that's quite the thing for my friend. It's more like a heart one. Seems to be more like, you know, an anniversary, engagement, all that kind of wedding, that kind of stuff. So, let's have a look at this chicken, see what the chicken does. Might be fun, this one. Let's cut a couple of these out. Let's have a look at the old chicken. Here it is. Doesn't quite come out. It's attached there, so it doesn't actually come out if you don't want it to. Not quite sure what that's a tail, I suppose. Kind of strange. That's quite good fun though, isn't it? Shall I do one of these? Let me cut another one. Thinking of, I'm so excited it's your birthday, but you know, it's not an egg, it's a chicken, isn't it? I could cut that one out to put it on top, and the wings can be separate and they can go on top, or what? Let me cut one more. Have I got room for one more on this piece? Don't know that I have. I might have to get another piece of scrap. Here's a little bit. Trying to work out the layers. I think it'll give her a laugh. There's nothing else, won't it, really? So let's just clear the deck. Let's have a bit of space. I've got 3 chickens. We'll give Margaret a chicken. I'll think of the sentiment as I'm going along. Probably do it on the computer. Right, let's have a look at this. I definitely want one for the top of the... So let's cut this one out that I've partly looked at. So there's the face. I'm just wondering about, let me do another one, and I will do perhaps the beak. Need to build a lot of these up, I think. Let's cut his beak out. I won't yet, I'll colour it first because it's so tiny. The beak can go on the top. If I cut the eyes out, then those can be the eyes underneath. So let me just, might have to do this with a craft knife. It's very, very small. Let's have I'll cut it onto this. What am I doing? Cutting the eyes out. Okay. Eyes out. So the eyes will show on the layer below. It's such fun, isn't it, really? Oh my goodness. Okay, eyes out. And I think we'll have another nose. I can cut the nose off that one and put it on the top of this one. I think that would do. Because you won't worry about this one. It'll have something to rest on willy-nilly. So let's just I'll colour that first, I think, before I finish cutting it out. So that's going to go on the top. That's going to go on top of that. That's the bottom layer, and I'll put some extra wings on, I think. Should I do an extra body? Let's cut the wings out of this. I think the wings will go perhaps behind. I don't know whether they're in front or behind. Let's cut these legs off this. I'll cut that off as well. Okay, so that can go on there. Let's just get this order sorted. That can go on there. That can go on next. This can go on next. And perhaps I'll put extra wings on there. Okay, let's do some colouring. Let's have a little go with a few colours. I think I'm going to have a white chicken with red on its comb at the top, which is the one this is the one that's going to have the comb, isn't it? Unless I cut that off and let's have the comb on this one, and then it doesn't matter about the colour going over. I have the comb on that one. Okay. And we'll have the butternut squash. That's a bit hectic. I want something that's going to be... There's something called white grape. There's something called hay bale or something, I think, that's going to be a... That's the one. Let's have hay bale for the beak. That's the one I'm going to colour. Okay, that's the beak, and it's going to be stuck onto this one. I'm going to cut this comb off the top because that one's going to show. I'm going to put a bit of shadow around this. Where's my feather grey? This is the one. This is the one that's going to have the shadow around it. Okay. This is going... Oh, white chicken, I said, didn't I? Yeah. The legs are going to be that hay bale colour as well. It's so silly. Oh dear. Let me cut this out and stick that onto there. The beak. Now I've coloured it. Okay. my glue. I was messaging with Matthew this morning about, you know, what people thought about the weekend, and the general consensus is that they would like to have another one, but the difficulty is where to go. There's always somebody has a long way to go. One lady this last weekend came from Ireland, bless her. So, you know, it was just lovely to see her, really lovely. Now that's going to, I need to put some eyes on there. So, and this is going to go on top of that. Okay. To use a pair of tweezers because it's, there we go. Oh my Lord. Right, what did I say I was doing? We want to have one of these ones that have got, where's the hay bale gone? Oh, haven't put it away. Let's have this one for the legs. I might do a slightly deeper colour. White grape, what's that like? It's a bit green. I don't want bright sunflower, I don't think. Desert sage is going to be even more green, isn't it? Yeah. Let's use this one just for a bit of shading. White grape, okay. Just for a little, whoops, shading. Yes, it's not too bad. Okay. Right. Put that one on there. That's brought it up a layer. If I just put that one on there. No, I don't want that. This has got to go in here. I think I'll just do the wings on this one, and then I think that'll probably do. Just darken the tail. I think it's the tail. I don't quite know what it is. I might put this on the hay bale. And a couple of wings, we'll put those on extra. I just put a bit of shading on those. I may go over it with a blender just to sort of tone it down a little bit, really. There we go. Right, let's just stick these layers together. They're not stuck yet, are they? Right, put some glue on this chap. Okay. Put this one back onto there. Okay. Put a bit more glue in the middle. And we'll pop this in, because that is 2 layers, so it's sticking up slightly from the one before. And the beak is one up again. So we'll now just put these 2 wings on. I don't know whether they should be forward or backward, really, but we won't worry. There we go. I will just use a bit of a blender, I think, just to smooth out the colours. silly. Now, where's my hay bale? What should it look like sitting on a hay bale? Okay, let's try it. I'll do the white grape. I'd like it a bit darker, really. Let's put a bit of the grey on it. Still a bit green. Don't care for the green. I think perhaps I'll do them brown or something. I'm not too thrilled on this colour. Shorthorn brown. Let's try this one. Okay. Right, let's just do the other one. I'll colour it before I cut it. I think that will do. Right, let's cut this off, which is well, I don't know which bit's which. This is the top. So I'll put a bit of glue along here. And then the middle bit, to get this the right way up as well. Oh yeah. Now where's the chicken? There it is. So all I need to do now is to pop it onto a card, isn't it? So excited, it's your birthday. I will make a sentiment. I will cut a card base. It's so silly. It's just so silly. Anyway, I've cut myself a small card base here. This is about a 5-inch card. I'm going to, I've done this on the computer, left space down the page to allow for a square to be cut out. So I'm going to cut that like that. And I'm going to use this one, which is a pierced one, to emboss a frame on the card front itself. So let me just do this. I will tape it down so it doesn't move. There we go. I'm going to cut this one out. There it is, that's cut out. Those are going to be stuck on there. Now I want to emboss this into the front panel. So I'll swap out my base plate for a rubber mat. Pop that into the machine. I will put in my card with the front, well, opened out flat, obviously. And I'm going to tape this also to make sure that it's in the right place. I'm going to put the tape this time into the centre, because if it does tug on the paper by any chance, sometimes it does, but if I'm careful I should be able to get it off without. I'm going to emboss this, and I think for this one I'm going to need my actual embossing plate. So that's going to go on top, and I'm not going to come right out here because this would leave a line on the edge of that card there. So I'm going to go part way and back. Okay, have a look at this carefully. Come off beautifully. So there's my embossed frame. That's going to go in there like that. And I'm going to stick these on here like that. I'm so excited for your birthday. Oh my goodness. Isn't it silly? It's a bit of fun. I think she'll get a smile out of it. So, as ever, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing and giving a thumbs up and all the rest of it. And I'll see you very, very soon.